Yes, always maintaining the bounce.
From bouncy bouffants to tiered tresses, wig designer Will Vicari loves to dive into a period do.
Getting to do any project in the 18th century is kind of bucket list for hair and makeup. What I love about it is that the wigs themselves say a lot about the characters and what their status in society is.
The higher the status, the more elaborate the hair.
The cook.
Although even the working class wigs are works of art. For Will, working on Pasadena Playhouse's production of Amadeus is a return to his roots. He began performing in opera at the age of 10 at Opera Grand Rapids in Michigan, where he first felt the pull of production design.
I became much more obsessed with what was going on in the hair and makeup room and how they were transforming these people that I was rehearsing with into these big characters. I was fascinated.
He's since designed hair and makeup for both operas and Broadway shows, and this piece is a demanding diva. There are 13 wigs on stage every night, some crafted from scratch, starting with a mold of the actor's head.
And then each of those strands of hair that you see in the entire cap get tied in by hand. One wig can be up to 40 hours. It can be a work week.
His incredible creations are right at home in the composition of this lush production, starring Tony winner Jefferson Mays as Salieri.
These were his original scores.
And Sam Clement as Mozart. But director Darko Tresnik says, don't let the period setting lull you into a false sense of removal.
You see a period piece and you go like, oh, this is so, opulent. It doesn't have to do with anything with me. And then you kind of sucker them into watching a story that very much has to do with them. Period is a great way to seduce audience into going into all kinds of places and all kinds of stories.
This is Darko's first time working at Pasadena Playhouse, which he calls a national treasure. But much of what's around him feels like home. His friendship with Jefferson goes back decades, and they've worked together before, most notably on Broadway's A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. In fact, this whole show is a bit of a reunion. Lauren Worsham also starred in that production, which, like Amadeus, featured scenic design by Alexander Dodge and costumes by Linda Cho. Some of the costumes actually came from LA Opera's production of The Ghosts of Versailles, which Linda also designed, and which Will used as inspiration for his wigs.
They're so decadent. She has given me a lot of creative liberty to kind of put the icing on those cakes that she's created.
Add to that an appetizer of mini Mozart concerts served up before each performance, and Amadeus is shaping up to be a sumptuous theatrical feast.